What I want to do in this first program is to start to answer that question by giving an outline of the information, the historical roots of Christianity, why we believe that the information we have about Jesus goes right back to Jesus and the apostles. That's being targeted today in a variety of ways that we're going to talk about, whether it's the Da Vinci Code or the Jesus Papers, the Jesus Dynasty, or Lost Tomb of Jesus, all of these, the Family Tomb of Jesus, all these things center on the fact of Jesus-anity. They're pushing that view. To counteract that view, one of the things that I've seen in terms of the vulnerability of our Christians that are listening is they don't know our side of the tracks of what the roots are. And I want to put up the outline, and then I want you guys to fill in this outline, all right? The outline is this. Number one, a person called Jesus Christ actually lived. Second, he picked out from the people that followed him 12 apostles. Third is he died. We can talk about the resurrection, but he died at least. And then 50 days after he passed off the scene, we have this event called Pentecost in Jerusalem, where the apostles that have been with Jesus for 3 years, they stand up and they preach a message, and 3,000 Jews convert over to Christianity. From that group of people, then you get the next point, is from that group that converted to whatever that message was. We're going to talk about what that message was that they preached 50 days afterwards. Those folks went back across the Roman Empire to 15 people groups, from Rome to Saudi Arabia to Turkey to Egypt, and in between. The fact is you have these people founding churches right off of that message, all right? And then what you have is you have this time before the New Testament letters and books came out. And so the question becomes, what did the people look at? What did they use to answer the question, what is Orthodox Christian belief, what is not? And I want you to talk about the stuff they had. Well, number one, you had living apostles still walking around. You could have said, you got a question, you say, Peter, come on over for coffee. That's one thing. But the other thing is, you have statements of doctrine, creedal statements. We're going to talk about what that is, but they're there, that go right back to the beginning. You've got hymns or singing, and then you've got the sacraments, baptism and the Lord's Supper. After that, then you start to have the apostles' letters coming out, letters and books, and we're going to talk about when they started to come out, how much was that time from the time Jesus passed off the scene and they preached at Pentecost to the time the first books started showing up. And then you also have, besides that, you have the students of the living apostles, and then the students of the students, the church fathers, the leaders of Christianity. Then down the pike, you have what are called the lost gospels, Gnostic gospels, blah, blah, blah.